But first of all, I want to thank you for taking the time to be here this afternoon.
Oh, my pleasure.
Because you've been watching all of my podcasts, or at least I see you like them. You like all of them.
Yes.
Yes. Why do you like them so much? You like seeing the people? You know a lot of the people?
Yes, yes. I enjoyed, like, I forgot the Alan and they raised parents.
Yeah, Alan's and raised parents. Yes,
yes,
they were so good. Did you see the way they acted?
Yes, yes.
And then she was in the background. She would not come in it, but he would. He came in. He could play the piano.
Really?
Yeah, you saw Alan's and raised parents. You saw him play the piano in the You didn't see all. You have to watch all of it, not just the beginning.
Ah, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Where were you born in Japan?
I was born in Fukushima.
Fukushima.
Yes, the famous Fukushima. Famous for the nuclear plant problem. Yes.
Tohoku.
Tohoku, yes. So about 12 years ago.
Did you have any family there when we had that problem? Was anybody there? Relatives?
Yes, my parents and my brother, and all of them were still in Fukushima.
Did anything happen to them? Were they okay?
Well, seems to be okay, but we never know what happened in future, right?
Right, because of all the radiation.
Yes.
But they weren't, because a lot of people ended up missing because of the tsunami.
Ah, yes, tsunami, yes.
Yes, a lot of people. Did you have any friends that were missing?
No, fortunately no. But
That's good.
for my husband relatives are still living in Kesen-numa.
Which is very close to it?
Well, not close to the Fukushima nuclear plant,
right.
But it is the most damaged place at Kesen-numa. Do you know?
Damaged how? Damaged how? By the tsunami?
By the tsunami, and there's the oil tank on the the
Spill,
bay. Yes,
yes.
And it fired in that area. So right now that area all gone. Yes. Yeah.
So what are they doing? They're not doing anything yet? They've cleaned it up, right?
Yes.
But people can't live there now anyway because of the radiation.
No. Yes, right. Nah, soなんです.
I ride my motorcycle through there.
Oh, really?
In the summer because I go to Aomori and to go up to Hokkaido, I have to go through Tohoku.
Oh, I see.
Yes. And people don't know what's going to happen because long-term radiation effect is really interesting.
The bad thing is, I don't know how to say this one, but at the beginning, government let all the people wear the scale for the radiation. But what they did is, the people can't see how much is it. People have to return it and have to get the only record.
So they don't know how much radiation they have or anything. They had them wear it and they thought, Yokata, at least they'll know. But they gave it in and they don't know the record.
Yes. And I personally doubt if it is true or correct.
I understand. Even if they do tell them, they might say the wrong number.
Yes, yes.
Make it seem lower than it really is.
Yes, right, exactly.
That's sad. But in a way, I don't know. My feeling about Japan since I've lived here is that they don't like telling people bad news if there's nothing they can do.
Yes, that's true.
Because what's the point?
Yes.
If it's like shogunai. There's no way to fix it, so why make you feel bad too? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand. But people should know the fact. Even if it is bad thing or a good thing, I think.
When I first came here in '74, in the hospitals, they still would not tell the person that had cancer that he had cancer. They might tell the family, but they would never tell the person. And they'd ask the family. I think they even do now. They say, is it okay if we tell him? It's his gun, but they ask the family, is it okay to tell him? And if they say no, they won't tell them. If it's a gun, they can't fix. No.
But the person who has that kind of disease should know that.
That's very American and European. But in Japan, sometimes it's not good to tell people. I think, but I understand. But America used to be like that in the 50s. In the 50s, they would not tell you.
But
that's interesting.
So, very interesting, yes.
So I guess it still bothers you. You're still concerned because your family was there.
Yes.
Your mother and father still alive?
Yes, still alive.
How old are your parents?
Early 90s. Yes.
And they're genki?
Genki desu yo. Both are so genki.
Wait, do you have brothers and sisters too?
Yes, I have a younger brother, and he had 3 children, but unfortunately, his wife died when the youngest child was, first grade of elementary school. It was so sad. I couldn't say, I couldn't remember. It was so sad, tough time. She had a pancreatic cancer.
And they didn't have any way to cure it then?
Right, and within 3 months, she passed away.
From the time they found it?
Yes. And then, after 2 or 3 years, my brother really had a hard time at that time, I think.
Because he had 2 children too?
3 children.
3 children?
3 children, yes.
And the youngest
one is the first grade of elementary school, and the older one is first grade of middle school or something. And then I couldn't do anything, at that time. Nobody could do anything for him.
So what happened? What did he do?
So after several years, somebody kindly introduced him a nice woman, and he remarried. And it is her first marriage. Yes, first marriage, and for the first marriage, she suddenly have 3 children.
Did she have another child by your?
No.
She only took care of his
yes.
kids like they were hers?
Yes, and also she had to live with my brother's parents.
Your parents?
Yes, my parents. So
She's an angel.
Yes, I can't say, it's. I can't say anything, I can't raise my head in front of her. She's really nice. She's a, middle school, PE teacher. Yes.
That says a lot about your brother too. That means I'll speak a little Japanese, but his kokoro is very good, or he couldn't have gotten a woman like that.
Yeah.
Your brother has a very, very good spirit. He has to.
Yes. And
are you and your brother close?
Yes. A little bit close. Yes, every year we are going to onsen every year with our parents. Yes.
How many years difference between you and your brother?
5 years.
5 years. That's kind of far, because that means it's difficult to be close if it's past 5 years. Yeah. Your mother and father, are they close in age with each other?
I don't think so.
No, there's a big difference. No. Are they close?
2 years.
Only 2 years.
Only 2 years. But I don't think they are getting along well.
The mother and father, but they're both in their 90s, right?
Yes.
They're just tired of each other. They're just tired.
Even though it's so funny though.
So tell me this, when you were growing up, you grew up in Fukushima the whole time?
Yes.
All the way?
Yes.
How old were you when you left Fukushima?
I don't know, when I was 20 years old, after I graduated from junior college.
So you never traveled outside Fukushima before then?
No.
You never did?
No.
So all you knew was just the people around your neighborhood?
Right. I'm a so in the countryside girl.
So tell me this, what kind of little girl were you? When you were in elementary school, junior high, and high, were you more sports or were you more academic?
No, I'm not good at sports,
You were not good at sports?
No, not
So you
at
like to
all.
read and do stuff like that? Were you more?
No, I'm not good at reading or studying anything. I was nothing,
No, what did you do? What kind of stuff what did you do to keep occupied? What kind of work did your father do? Did he work on the house property or something? Or?
No, my house is like a farmer, ne?
Okay.
And continuing like, how many families, how many ancestors? 9?
Understand, yes.
9 ancestors or 9 or 19 or 9 or I don't know. Yes, it's a long time.
Generation.
Yes,
in your
yes,
family.
generation.
On the same
time.
family.
Yes, same family.
And your father's part. That's from your father's family, not your mother. Your father's family.
Yes, father.
So you the same land, the same.
Yes.
Land. Did you ever have to help him?
Well, kind of sometimes.
Kind of. Did your mother work at all? Or
yes, together.
They both work the same area.
Yes.
That's why they're getting tired of each other. They're together all the time. No, but they really worked hard all their life.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. But they allowed you, and your brother went all the way through school too? Did he make it all the way through to college?
Yes, but my brother wanted to be a policeman. So after graduated from high school, he came to Tokyo and became a policeman. And while doing, working as a policeman, he graduated at the college, university. Yes.
And then what? How long did he stay a policeman? Did he stay a policeman? Is he still a policeman?
No. He's now deputy head at a high school in Fukushima.
So how long did he stay as a policeman?
I don't know.
Did he get married while he was a policeman?
Yes, he got married.
Did he have all of his kids while he was a policeman?
One child at that time or two children, I'm not sure. But he was, 7 or 8 years as a policeman and then returned to Fukushima to be a teacher there.
He wanted to teach now?
Yes. But officially, I don't know what is the real reason, but he wanted to take care of my parents, old parents.
So he had to go back.
Yes, and so because he's the oldest brother,
son,
so
right.
Yes,
it's his responsibility.
Yes, I think he thought so. So he went back to Fukushima, and then he started to work as a part-time at the high school, and then he studied and then took a lot of examination, and then he became a teacher. And then at the end, he became a deputy head.
So is he deputy head now?
Yes, but he graduated last year, though.
Okay.
No, he retired last year,
Last year.
Yes.
From deputy head of a high school, or was it elementary school? He was deputy head of elementary?
No, high school.
High school.
High school, yes. And
he's
very interesting, right? And he's specialized in biofood.
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 So they must have had all their stuff. They had plants and lots of gardening.
Yes.
Because that's what your parents did anyway, didn't they?
Oh,
it was,
yes.
Your family had that, so they're growing food. So he knew that.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't think it's from my from my parents.
But still, he had the interest because he had to do it.
Maybe a little bit influenced by that.
Yes, because I had one person on my podcast that talks about having your own garden in Tokyo, like your own personal garden. Because he said, if there was, for example, an earthquake, a big bad earthquake, where would we get our food from? And he said, it's so easy to grow tomato, so easy to grow, small things that can feed you, potato, toka. And I said, I never thought of that. So you can even do it on the wall if you have a pot.
Yes, right.
And I didn't know that.
Yes.
So that's interesting, and I think more people around the world are starting to do that now. Think about how, that's most important, not close. How do you feed people if there's an emergency or something?
Yes.
And besides, all the food in the stores or convenience are too processed.
Yes, right.
It's difficult for your body. It's hard to take. Your body, it messes our bodies up. Nah?
Yes.
So tell me, so when you went through school, what were your biggest interests while you were at school? What were you most interested in?
I wanted to use English.
Wait, from elementary, even in elementary?
No. At the high school.
Why?
From high school.
Why?
Because Fukushima is a countryside.
Yes.
So I wanted to use foreign language.
Okay, but why English? Why English?
Because I didn't know other than English.
So did you watch movies in English? Did you try to listen to FEM?
At that time, it was difficult.
Very difficult.
Yes.
Because you only, maybe NHK sometimes.
Only sometimes.
And if you had the tuner later,
yes.
like maybe in the 60s or 70s,
yes.
if you had the tuner to TV,
yes. Yes.
So what did you do? No foreigners in Fukushima at that time?
Yes. So I went to college, specialized in teaching English. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you started really studying hard English.
Yes.
You wanted to travel outside of Japan?
No, at that time.
You didn't want to?
No, I didn't want to because I'm scared of airplane even now.
You really?
Yes.
You don't like to fly?
No.
What about the boats? Are you okay with boat?
No, even boat.
You don't like the boats?
No.
Okay, can you go on a long drive in a car?
No, I can't drive a car.
You can?
No, I can't.
No, I said, but if you're a passenger in a car, is it a problem? Is that okay?
Well, it's okay.
Shinkansen?
Shinkansen is okay.
Okay,
yes.
but boat, somebody's...
No boat, no airplane.
No airplane, no boat.
Yes. One day, I traveled with my, friends at ELC, to Taiwan. And then when the airplane is started to landing,
right.
it started, right?
Right. Did you really?
Yes, I did.
You were the only one that did that.
No. And my friends both sides put put a cushion on my
your
head.
face? Because you were so scared.
Yes.
Were you really scared?
I'm really scared. Yes.
Tell me something. Can you take any sort of medicine or something before you get on?
No.
Do you drink at all? Do you
No,
drink? You never drink?
No, never, no. Because I have asthma, so I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol. But don't ask me anymore.
Okay, about that. It scares you just thinking about it. Just thinking about it scares you.
So,
All right, so you decided to study English while you were in college, and you graduated from junior college with English degree?
English teaching. I became an English teacher.
Okay.
Yes, I got that qualification.
So what was your first job when you finished college?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm
Yes.
getting good point.
Good point. Working at Bank of Tokyo.
So you left Fukushima and
Yes.
how did you get the job in Bank of Tokyo from Fukushima?
I got I applied.
I know, so you saw it in the newspaper because you were still
No. There's, how do I say
Recruiters?
Recruiters.
Oh, they came to Fukushima.
Yes.
And they said, who can do this and this and this and this?
Yeah.
And you said, I can speak English. I have my degree. And they said,
not like
you got
that,
a job. You got a job.
No, not like that.
I
But
understand,
anyway,
because-
I was accepted. And then
And you must have been so happy. How'd your family feel? Were they happy?
Oh, yes, they were happy. But I think they wanted me to be a teacher because teacher is a stable job in countryside, right?
And they wanted you to stay in the countryside.
Yes, right.
But you didn't want to stay in the countryside.
No, I don't like countryside.
So you decided to come to Tokyo. So, and how old were you when you did that? How old were you?
I don't know, about 5 years, and then I changed to Royal Bank of Canada in Tokyo.
Bank of Tokyo?
Yes.
So what was your job?
so-called 外国為替 foreign exchange division.
But what did you do?
Like checking the export or import documents or the.
They were written in English.
Oh, of course.
Okay, yes.
Yes, and then help for the importer or exporter for the documents or that kind of things relating to the exchange of yes. And
The exchange rate took,
yes,
in the law, of course.
Yes.
Was that really difficult or was it stressful to do that?
Well, the stressful thing was the job itself was okay. But the stressful thing was, I have to ask my acquaintance to deposit money to my bank. There's a norma each time, twice a year.
Wait,ちょっと待って.
Yes.
You
Even
had-
though I'm in a foreign exchange division,
Right.
all the staff at the bank, all the banker have norma to get, some deposit from their acquaintance.
To do what? For what? For why?
Because the bank needs some money to be deposited.
Ah, わかった。
わかった?
So you had to be a salesman for the bank too.
Yes.
So you had a quota. You had to get so many
Yes.
people to deposit their money in the
Yes.
bank
Yes.
to get a bank account.
Yes.
Which bank? Bank of Tokyo, yes. But wasn't Daiichi the biggest bank then? That had the most branches at that time. The heart, Daiichi.
Daiichi
Remember
Ginko? Yes,
Daiichi was the
Ginko.
biggest.
Yes.
They had the
Yes.
most branches throughout
Yes,
Japan because I had Daiichi
yes.
account when I first came.
そうなんだ.
Oh, of course, I got that. I said, which bank has the most branches? They said Daiichi throughout Japan.
But Bank of Tokyo is the very smallest, but specialized in foreign exchange.
Foreign exchange, yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that. So they made you two jobs. One, you had to be a salesman to get more accounts to come
Yes,
in.
only twice a year at the bonus season. You
had to go out and ask your friends, please put your money in Bank of Tokyo.
No, not to the unknown people. My relatives.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, your family. Yes.
Yes, I have to make a phone call and then please give
Right.
me. Yes.
But even cousins, people you know,
Yes.
right? They don't have to be your relatives, right?
So.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
In those
they
days, did you have to work getsu ka sumo kinki?
What is that?
You don't know that? You don't know that was a
But I've heard that. But
Listen to me.
What was that?
Getsu ka sumo kinki. Your mother and father did not have a Saturday and a Sunday. They had 2 Mondays and 2 Fridays because you had to work all the time, especially right after the war. I heard that when I came here. You should know that. You never heard that before, but you heard
I've
it.
heard
You
that,
heard,
but
but you didn't know the meaning. The meaning was most people don't have Saturday
I
and Sunday.
totally forgot that.
Yes. Most people didn't have Saturday and Sunday, even at that time.
But at that time, my time was still Soroban.
I know, but they still had get to Samu Kinki. That was that time too. And people were so good with the Soroban. Their minds were just faster than the Soroban.
Yes.
Because they go, and they knew right away. They go, and I said, you didn't even complete it. They don't have to. They might do the first part. So, at that time, they had the Soroban, that's right.
Yes, Soroban. And then someone who is using a, calculating machine, wow, it's so developed. So, you know my age.
Because everybody had to, any shop you went to had Soroban. And they looked right away. It didn't matter. It didn't have to be on the box. They knew everything in the store. The small shops knew everything in there.
Right.
They go like this, single yen. And they were like that, they were good. And I say, Nebi Keru? Okay, Nebi Keru. See ya. They were so good. I mean, I like the times. That's still the same thing, almost. But now, the kids can't calculate. They have no idea.
Yes.
They get the money, they put the machine does it. So no mistakes.
Yes, right.
They never have to tally it up.
So
interesting. And I think that's hard for but they think in other ways, but they don't think the way we were taught to use the brain to think. Nobody calculates. Everything does it. So okay, so you come here, you work for Tokyo Bank. After that, you went to where?
Royal Bank of Canada, Tokyo branch.
How long did you work there?
6 years, kana?
6 years?
Yes.
Doing the same type of work?
Yes, and at that time, all the foreign banks coming to Tokyo and was opening a Tokyo branch. Yes,
right.
And so they need someone who know a little bit of banking, business, business, work.
Right,
so, one of my boss at the Bank of Tokyo became deputy head at that, Royal Bank Canada, and he asked me to join that branch.
The bank, right.
So yes, I went there. Of course,
because he had power, obviously.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the working condition was so good.
I bet it was.
I don't have to ask my relatives to deposit. Yeah.
But everybody else did.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So
that was so good. So you got very lucky. You got with a very powerful person.
Yes. And I became an officer there of the foreign exchange division. Yes.
So you had staff? How many staff?
Yes.
How many staff?
No. At the beginning, it was so small branch, like 30 or something, and I had 7 or 6 staffs.
Right.
And then after that, it became a big branch. But anyway.
But you only spoke to one person. That was him. So you had no other.
No. He's the deputy, manager. But my direct manager was a Canadian person. So. It was my practice to speak
English.
Yes.
And you're the only one because your deputy manager could not speak English.
A little bit, but
not as good as you.
Yes.
So you were very nice. So you stayed there for how many? 8 years?
No, 6 years.
6 years?
Yes.
Then what happened after that?
And then when I became pregnant, I retired.
That's why they have trouble with women. See?
Yes.
That's the big problem at that time.
Even though it was a foreign bank.
They said you had to retire.
Yes.
So that's so zanen, because they may act like it's an illness. It's not an illness.
Yes.
So nowadays, you've seen it. You'll say they stay there, almost have the baby at the school, and still keep on working.
But it was good for me.
I could
take care of my daughter. You know.
But then your husband had to be very, he had to be dependent on him.
Yes.
So how long did you stay at home before?
When my daughter became a high school student, I started to work at ELC.
That's when you started?
Yes.
What year did you start? What year was that? Was I there before you, or were you there before me? What year did you start at the ELC? Were you at Nakameguro?
No. Just opened that Roppongi campus. I was, hired. Yes.
So how many years were you at home with taking care of your daughter?
I don't know how many years. I don't know.
You have to think about it. You had your daughter.
Yes. So
how old was your daughter? Okay, how old was your daughter when you came to?
17 years or 16.
Okay, so that means 17 years.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yes.
Use your Soroban.
Use
your Soroban.
See? Actually, I have EQ first grade, but it's hard to count.
First grade, you were tensai. You were tensai first grade.
So,
EQ. That means number one in first grade. She was number one in first grade. Now she's using her phone and everything and not doing anything. She does the same thing all of us do. Siri, how much does this cost? Anyway, so anyway, so you came there 17 later because I used to teach at the ELC in Nakameguro. And I was a teacher in Chofu. From 1977, 1988.
I've heard that, but I didn't see you at that
1970 to 1977 to 1980, I was PE teacher at the Chofu campus.
Oh, I see.
They wanted me to stay longer, but I didn't want to stay. I wanted to have I had my own business anyway, but I wanted to do that. So then I taught at Sacred Heart for 2 years after that. I taught at Aoba.
Oh, almost all the international schools.
I didn't teach at Nishimachi, but we helped them build their gymnasium. We did the interior. My company did the interior. So yes. So quite.
I still remember you when I first met you. Do you remember? It was, Louis's birthday party at Nishimachi. My daughter was invited, and at that time
in the gym for our gymnasium, because we always have their birthday parties in the gym, and we make it really nice.
I was puzzled. Why British school and Nishimachi?
Nishimachi, yes. And I had my staff too. I always had staff there. Yeah, I think at that time had to be because so it had to be in the 90s, early 90s, and I still had the medical equipment business. So I'd come there, and my wife was there, of course, and then we had Lucian, I think, was born. I mean, Lani was born. I don't think Lucian was born yet. Maybe not. But anyway, yes, that's interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, Lucian was born. The youngest was born. I had all 4 sons. My wife was there with the baby. Yes, I know. She had Lucian in like Ombu, like that. And Lani was walking. And Lance was there. And I had all the gymnasts and stuff. And the kids got to jump over the bags and do everything, come up and down. So that's the first time you met me.
Yes.
And then you saw me when I started teaching at ELC.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, so interesting.
That's right. So you went there, you worked at the ELC for how long? You stopped?
17 years.
17 years?
Yes, 17 years. Right?
Are you still working there? No.
No.
You stopped?
No, not yet.
You stopped last year or year before last?
Year before last.
Year before last,
yes,
you stopped.
But still I'm working as a sub sometimes.
So I think so. That's why I see you there sometimes. But since that time, you've written how many books?
Just one, very short one. That's all.
But what was the book? That's it.
It was about Japanese language teaching.
Because how to become? Or
no, how to teach younger children.
It's not like Toto-san, is it?
No.
You remember Kuruya Negi?
Yes,
I know.
I know.
A very famous book called Toto-san.
Yes.
And that was about going to international school or something, right? So yours is about teaching.
Teaching to small kids.
How to teach? No. Japanese kids.
No. Foreigners.
Foreign kids.
Foreign kids.
Oh, you're talking about your experience then. You were talking about your experience.
Yes. Yes, through my experience, I wrote how to teach small kids. Yes.
Gaijin kids.
Gaijin kids. Yes.
ちょっと気違いの
Not
little crazy kids. No.
Some of them are very nice.
But some are really crazy, really crazy. Not Nihonjin no crazy, really crazy. That's interesting. So what are you doing nowadays?
Nowadays?
Yeah, this is the part you really want to talk about.
Yes. I'm teaching as a freelance Japanese language teacher.
Okay.
Yes, luckily, I always think someone in the heaven is watching me, protecting me. And even after the retirement, I can live as a, freelance language teacher. Yes, I'm so lucky. And everyone, support me. I really feel.
See, it's like you and your parents did a good job with you and your brother. He got an angel to marry him. You have all the other angels support you because of your funki. Yes. That's why can it happen? It can't happen.
Especially the teachers and directors. When I entered, ELC, do you remember? At that time, there were Judy and Barbara and Connie and Marsha. They were all respectable teachers.
Weren't they? They were so good.
Yes, really good.
My assistant still talks about Judy all the time because Judy was so, not much, no nonsense. She just really, really taught. She was fair, taught,
Yes, and you know, even now, this year, she gave me a birthday wishes. Every year she's
You're still in contact with?
Yes.
Is that?
Yes. So
she doesn't write me. She doesn't write me.
Really?
Judy, you don't write me. If you ever see this, Judy. I mean, on Facebook, is she on Facebook with you? Not Facebook. How do you?
Not Facebook. No, she knows my email address.
Okay.
But I heard
she's always been good that way.
Yes, I heard she has Facebook, but she never posts.
Never posts, okay. But I remember she has Facebook so she can see everybody else's posts.
Yes, yes.
But I remember Judy, the thing my administrator liked about her, Mika Wakabashi, the thing she liked about her is Judy always answered right away.
Yes.
Anything she wrote, she responded. Never waited.
So
we always had the information. Yes. And she always said, here's a calendar. We could run our business easy because she ran hers so well.
Yes.
Right. But you remember Kimiko?
Yes, of course.
No, but see, her and Judy.
Yes.
So Kimiko had to go. Because Kimiko didn't want to change. Kimiko was used to...
Typical Japanese.
She was used to running it her way. So I told Kimiko, you got to stop. She's been lucky so far, but she met the wrong person. And Kimiko had to go. So now, Caroline changed her name to what? What did Caroline change her name to? From Myanmar.
Mia Kain.
She became Japanese.
I'm still contacting her. She's now in UK.
With her sister?
Yes, even though she got a, Japanese...
citizenship,
yes,
I know.
Yes.
She changed. It's hard for me to remember her Japanese name. I just remember Caroline. And Connie still contacts me. I talk to her all the time because she's on Facebook. She stays active. She's open. And I saw her son when he came to help at the ELC once. Were you there when he came?
Yes, Kenta. Not Kentaro, Kenta.
Kenta. Yes, Kenta.
He's working at TIS.
He's at TIS?
Yes, he's a teacher right now.
Did he get married?
I don't know if he officially...
Because I remember when I was working at the ASIJ Nakamegara with Connie and Caroline and everyone at that time, and Kimiko, was it Kimiko? Yeah, Kimiko-san. And I forget who the headmaster was then, because we had a guy, we had another woman. I taught there for 2 years, I think. She brought in Kenta, and she held him on his hand like this and went like this, and he went... And just like he's Superman. She said, look at this, Lance, when he was a little baby. He was so genki. Yes. She had good kids. Her and then her daughter, she had a daughter afterwards, Connie did well. She did so well. That's so good. Wow. So that's what you're doing. So now you're a freelance teacher.
Yes, I'm teaching at US base.
Which one? You can't say? That's
maybe,
a secret.
Maybe I shouldn't.
Don't say.
Maybe I shouldn't say.
Okay, don't say. But you have a US base. Just one base or how many?
Just one base.
One base.
Yeah,
oh, that's
but I have several classes there.
You have several classes
yes,
there?
Yes.
That is beautiful.
Yes, one of them is for the very偉い人.
So like the officers, the top officers.
Very top officers.
Very top.
Yes,
oh, I see. Like the commander, the base commander. That's nice.
Yes, but I knew nothing at that time, so I always say, hi.
Hi, like he's a friend, right?
Yes, and then...
see, everybody else is going like this to him.
Yes, and then so one day I said, oh, yeah, nice, you're wearing nice costume. And he was wearing nice white coat.
The whole, he's full of all white.
Yes, can you take a picture with me?
You didn't know?
I didn't know. And then the person, secretaries, aides, was surprised with a smile. But
right, the way you were acting, because everybody else has a standard attention when you come.
But he's very, very friendly and interesting, but very smart. Yes.
He has to be.
Yes.
To be a base commander, he has to be. And the military trains the best.
Yes.
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 That is interesting.
Yes.
So you're his Japanese teacher?
Yes, Japanese teacher. So
I bet
surprising,
he's learning well.
right?
So how long have you been teaching him?
Since I retired from ELC, so
he's been here.
Yes, I was lucky. So soon after I retired ELC,
you went straight to the next job.
Yes. So surprising, right? So I'm so lucky.
You're lucky. You get
yes,
but it makes you feel good. It keeps you genki, the show.
That's so nobody think at the base, I'm this age.
The age that you are, of course, because you're always genki, and that keeps you young.
Yes.
Your mind is active.
Yes.
And that keeps you young. You don't look like you're tired. You look like you're looking for next thing.
Yes. So.
That is beautiful, June.
Yes. And then I'm so enjoying, the other class is like a 8-person class, and they seems to be all specialized in some kind.
Specialized in some time. Oh.
Yes, some kinds.
I understand, yes.
2 of them I know are doctors. Doctors.
On the base?
Yes, on the base.
Okay.
And everyone had some kinds of title.
Specialty, yes.
Right? And then one day I was, teaching target was plain form of verb plus ndes form.
Okay.
That phrase has explanatory and confirmatory function. For example, 渋谷に行きます is just state fact, right?
Right.
But if I say 渋谷に行くんです is explaining or confirming, right? 渋谷に行くんです plain form plus んです form is explanatory and confirming function.
At the same time.
Yes. So I asked one of the doctors, so what do you say if the patient comes to see you? I was expecting, what's wrong? What happened? どうしたんですか? Right? But what he said was,
yeah.
What he said was, you again?
So he had a good sense of humor too. He said, and he told you a good sense of humor. That's good. He said, you again? How many times you coming? Yeah.
Yes, but
That's
that kind of humor or joke or fun talking is very important.
That's how you learn best.
Yes,
when you make it fun.
Yes, because to learn foreign language requires enormous energy, right?
So
and the learner needs to learn, unknown weird words, steady with keeping, motivation. Teacher can teach, expressions or grammars, but the person who learns is a learner.
So nice.
Right? So as a teacher, my role is to keep motivated in the class, I think. So in order to keep motivated, I always make my class enjoyable. And I enjoy myself.
You have to. And if you're enjoying, they will.
Yes.
Let me ask you this, June. Is it always one-on-one, or do you have many?
It depends on the class.
On the class. But most of the time?
Well, for the 偉い人 is one-on-one.
One-on-one, yes.
For the other class, like 8-person or 10-person.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Is it mostly men?
No. There are some women.
Some
too.
women as well.
Yes.
That is so good.
Yeah. So yesterday, yesterday.
You had the class yesterday?
Yes. I go almost every day from Monday to Thursday.
So you had a class today?
Today I have not today. Today's Friday, right?
Friday, okay.
So I have no class for the base, but I have class for other
things.
Yes.
Okay.
And then yesterday, I was teaching about, to explain about the reason. ね、どうしたんですか? And then they have to explain the reason plus color.
Okay,
yeah?
right.
And then the one of the learner said, お金がありません. Then I said, どうしたんですか? 私の奥さんがガンダムを買いましたから。
ガンダム買いましたから。
ガンダム買いましたから。
Why would she buy Gundam?
Gundam, there's
I know the big
Gundam museum in Yokohama.
Gundam, yeah, but she bought it.
Yes, that's why, the
toys, she was a mucha.
Toys, yes.
For her son, obviously.
I don't know, but they are so funny.
Yeah. In Odaiba, they have a Gundam,
Yeah.
They have the great big one up there, and then they have the museum, the little, not museum, but like kind of like the history of Gundam.
Yes. But anyway, they are very big, body's big, but to me, they are big size of kids.
Yeah, all of the big kids. Yeah. So you have a good time with them.
Yes, I'm really enjoying.
That must make your days, you look forward to going to the class. Because it's so tie-in when you know there's going to be a trouble.
Yes, right.
It makes the day last so long.
Yes.
Even with little kids. If you have a little kid in the class, you know it's going to be a problem. Or seeing the parents at the end is going to be a problem. That makes the days long. So I think also as you get older, you start learning to stay away from the problems. You know how to get away.
Yes. I always take the good thing.
That's right.
Yes.
Good technique to get away.
Yes.
Yeah, when I was young, I used to always come straight on in. Yeah, but now I'm learning to stay away. Yeah.
And then,
Okay.
at the base, I also teaching song,
You
singing
teach-
a song.
What kind of song?
日にちの数え方は1日2日3日4日5日6日7日8日9日10日20日は20日です。You know, one of the annoying things to remember the Japanese language is counters, right? 1人2人1本2本1枚2枚。For the day of the month, it is annoying 1日2日3日。
Yes,
So
right.
I use song.
So it's easier to remember.
Yes, and even the
You
day
have a
of the
good
feast.
voice for the song too.
Really?
Have you made a little recording for that?
No.
You sound like on NHK.
Oh, really? Thank you
Yes,
very much.
you could get a job at NHK.
And then the other day, also I'm teaching, ASIJELC song, ne? あいうえおかきくけこさしすせそ立ちつてとなにぬねのはひふへほまみむめもやゆよラリルレロワオンあこれがひらがなです。And then when I was waiting at the quarterback in a strictly secured building, someone was humming. Yes.
This is a Japanese person, did you?
Not Japanese
Oh,
person.
gaijin.
Gaijin, American. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's so nice.
Yes.
You're having
So
a good
funny.
time. That is so good.
Yes.
So what do you see yourself doing in the near future? You're going to
Near
continue
future?
to teach? Yes.
Yes, I want to teach as long as possible.
That's
And
important.
I want to enjoy myself.
Yes.
Yes.
I think you should. I don't believe in retirement. I think that's nonsense. You retire.
Yes, yes.
You retire when you
I
take
don't
your
want to
last
do-
breath.
Yes, I don't want to do gardening.
You don't want to just sit there every day. You come out and look and see does it
Yes,
grow anymore.
yes, yes,
That
yes.
make you go crazy.
Yes,
And
right.
we're social beings. We like to be with people.
Yes, right.
That makes it interesting.
Yes,
Another
right.
person, another thing, until the end.
Yes, but don't you know why I become Japanese language teacher?
Why?
Do you want to hear?
I want to hear. Yes, yes. Tell me why.
Because there was a valuable experience in Taiwan.
Okay.
At that time, I
When you
realized
went, when you went with the ELC,
during yes. I was still
you only
working.
went to Taiwan one time.
No, I went there several times.
I thought you said you don't like to fly.
Yes, I don't like to fly, but
But you
I
like
went,
Taiwan.
Yes, I went many countries. Not
You
only
have?
Yes, like UK or yes, America or Taiwan.
But wait, so what do you? Wait, hold
Taiwan.
on. Even though you're afraid to fly, you still have been to many countries.
Yes, yes.
See, you made it sound like you never go anywhere.
No, I went there many times.
All right, so the truth comes out now. Okay, so you may not like flying, but you'll fly. You go to
Yes.
different places. So
Yes.
you went to Taiwan. What happened there?
Yes, and then, first time, my husband and I were selected as a model retired couple
Okay.
to make a promotion video.
Okay.
And then at that time, about 15 years ago,
Right.
many countries are welcoming retired people to live in their country.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. I
Taiwan
remember. Yeah,
and
especially for
Malaysia,
right,
Spain,
especially for
and
Japanese. Yes.
Yes, and Portuguese, Portugal, and
Yes.
then and Taiwan government was going to make a promotion video, and we were selected, and we went there for 1 week, and then filmed like doing shopping or going to mountains or working at a kindergarten or going to onsen, and then released it at the Yurakucho's Tokyo International Forum at a big retirement retirement life campaign.
Okay.
Yes. So at that time, after one week stay, we realized, the necessity of acquiring their language, or we don't understand, Taiwanese language,
Of course.
or, we don't understand their people, nor, live comfortably in their country. So the next time we went to Taiwan was to take Chinese class during summer at a prestigious national university.
Well, they don't speak Chinese, do they? The Taiwanese, they speak
Yes, Taiwanese, but
I thought they have their own language.
yes, it's similar.
It's very similar. So it's best to get the Mandarin first.
Yes, Mandarin.
Then,
yes,
okay,
the course was Mandarin.
I understand.
So yes, and then it was a prestigious national university, and then their curriculum was so nice, well organized, and they try to teach us precisely and accurately to the foreigners. But for me, it was not practical.
Why wasn't it practical?
Because what they did for the first week, just pronunciation, ma, 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 for 1 week.
I see,
And
I
I couldn't say anything. I couldn't even say, how much is it?
When
I went out for lunch,
you spent all that time.
It was not Taipei. Taipei is a sightseeing place, but where I went is Tainan, the southern part of Taiwan. So nobody can speak. Not nobody. Very few people can speak English. So. But anyway, I have to speak, their language, or I can't do anything.
Right.
Yes.
So for a whole week, it frustrated you because you couldn't speak.
Yes. At that time, I thought, a person who wants to learn foreign language wants to use it immediately.
Of course.
And at that moment, I thought my, mission is to teach practical Japanese language easily to those who want to learn Japanese language.
So they can walk out, every time they walk out the lesson, they can say something. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's smart.
Yes.
I like that. But that's interesting because I think it's only through going through experiences like that, it actually makes you, if you're paying attention, a good teacher. Because you know your feelings and you have to imagine what your students must feel. So you're not going to have them going ka, ki, ku, ke, ko for a whole month or for a whole week. So no, they say ka, katsu. So now you have a word. Use that word. That's interesting.
Very interesting.
So that's why you decided to start doing what you're doing.
Yes.
After that experience.
そうなんです.
Is that what made you write your book?
Well, maybe.
Because it has it's a different subject. That's different. So what else? Is that what you're doing now? That's it? I have a question I like to ask before I end the podcast. Okay. June, with the information and knowledge you have now, if you could go back in time to meet the younger June, what time would you go back to and what information would you give her?
I want to be a high school student.
Okay.
And I want to study more.
You tell her to study more?
Yes, study more.
Would you hit her on the head with bamboo stick?
Yes, study more.
You did yourself?
Yes, study more.
Why, because she was playing too much?
No.
What was she doing?
More than that.
More than that?
Yes.
What was she doing?
And then learn more language.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
She wouldn't study? The high school June didn't study so much?
Yeah, I studied, but
not seriously?
Not seriously, I think.
So you'd have her do that more?
Yes.
I want to thank you so much for taking the time to be here.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it. It's been wonderful. I want to thank all of you for watching this podcast. Make sure you press like and subscribe. And never forget, it's all on loan, so continue to reach for the stars because you're too blessed to be stressed.